Here we have the final group preview that is coming your way before the Euro Championships actually starts. We're going to have a predictions video out tomorrow, so if you have not done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay tuned for when that video drops tomorrow. We've got Portugal in this group, Czech Republic, we've got Turkey and Georgia all in this group. It's going to be a really, really interesting one for me. I'm really interested to see how Cristiano Ronaldo does at such an old age. He's getting towards the back end of his career now. Can he have one last attempt at winning a second international trophy to put himself back in the conversation with Lionel Messi? It's going to be a really interesting one. Shall we get into it? So we're starting off talking about Portugal. Now, they start off the group facing Czech Republic on the 18th of June at 8 o'clock. They then face Turkey at 5 o'clock on the 22nd of June and close out the group versus Georgia at 8 o'clock on the 26th. Now, for me, I think this could go one of two ways for Portugal. Either Ronaldo has an absolute flyer, scores 8 goals, they get out of the group, they go into the knockouts and end up getting knocked out at some point there, or they could have an absolute honker and be out in the groups. I think there is definitely a possibility of both of those things happening. Obviously, that is the only thing that can happen, but, well, they could get through without Ronaldo performing well, but you get my gist. So, for me, this Portugal side, they have some really, really good talent. Like, you look at the likes of Palhinha, you look at Fernandes, you look at Ruben Neves, Gonçalo Ramos, Bernardo Silva, Joao. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner to stay tuned for all of the latest Derby County and Euro 2024 content that is heading your way on this channel. We're going to try and do daily reviews of what goes on in Euro 2024. Probably going to come out at 10 a.m. each morning, so make sure you do stay tuned to the channel, you have that notification bell on, and you say subscribed to the channel. And I'll catch you in the next part of this video now. There's so many more players on these lists that are incredible. Now, as I've said in all of my other videos, these lists may have changed a little bit with obviously players being dropped and things like that heading into the European Championships. But I'm recording on the 5th of June as I do go on holiday on the 7th, 8th, that weekend sort of thing. So I will not be back till Wednesday. So all the videos up until then are pre-recorded. So for me, I think this Portugal side could do some damage. I think they have some really, really good players. Now, the big question is Ronaldo going to even be a starter in the 26-man squad? Now, that is a really interesting conversation because you do have the likes of Diego Jota, Rafael Leao, you've got Gonçalo Ramos, you've got some really, really good players in this team. And then you even look at the defence, like Pepe is still about. You've got Nuno Mendes, you've got Joao Cancelo, Diego Dalot. They've got some really, really good players in this squad. I'm really interested to see how Portugal do perform because I do think there's an opportunity they can get quite far if they can get everybody firing. It's going to be really, really interesting to see. We then go on to look at Czech Republic. Now, that badge in the corner, I'm not 100% sure if it's right, but when I searched Czech Republic on Google, that is what came up. So it's going to be interesting to see how it does go for Czech Republic. Obviously, they're not the team they once were, and for me, they do have an opportunity to get out of this group. I don't think it's an impressive group. They start versus Portugal, which I think will be a difficult game. They face Georgia in the middle and Turkey on the final day. I think the Turkey game is going to decide, are they going to finish second or third, in my opinion. Now, we do look at the squad list. They do have some players who you may recognise, like Patrick Schick. He had an incredible tournament. I can't remember if it was the World Cup or the Euros before that. They've got Thomas Souček, they've got Vladmir Coufal. They do have some good players, but it's not necessarily sort of going to break your neck to watch them sort of thing. You're not going to be going zun, zun, zun sort of thing, wanting to watch this team. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they do find their way through the group. I do think there is a possibility they do get out. They have some really, really good players. And as I mentioned before, some of these players on this list may have changed. It's all as per ESPN on the 5th of June. So it's one of those for me. I do think they have an opportunity to get out. I do think a lot is going to ride on that Turkey game on the final game of the group. So you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. You can tell me if I'm being stupid, if I'm an idiot. Let me know down below. We do then go on to look at Georgia. Now, I think Georgia have a very good chance of getting out of this group. They have a couple of decent players who I think could really make the difference in those tight games. Now, they start off versus Turkey, and if they pick up a good result in that one, it always puts them in a good position. They face Czech Republic in the middle and Portugal on the final day, 22nd of June, 2 o'clock, and 26th of June, 8 o'clock. Now, I think Georgia have an opportunity because they've got a player by the name of Kvaratskhelia, or however you say it, right? And what an incredible talent he is. Now, I don't quite think he's coming off an incredible season from Napoli, but he's got something about him that he can create something out of nothing. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this Georgia team do perform. Now, he is the only real big name in the team, and it's going to be interesting to see, can they make it through the group? Can they even get any points on the board? I think that is going to be a big question for Georgia, because if they can get a point on the board, I do personally think they'll be happy and they'll go home very impressed. We then sort of close out talking about this group by talking about Turkey. Now, a couple of years ago, they were the dark horses in like 2 tournaments in a row, and I don't think they can get this dark horse name tag for me. They start off versus Georgia. They have to win that game for me. And then they face Portugal in the middle and Czech Republic at the end. And they do have a fairly decent selection of players with your likes of Yilmaz. You've got Çek Tosun. They've got Ferdi Kadioglu, who nearly signed for Derby County a few seasons ago. You've got Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Like, they do have some good players. But for me, the problem is, are they good enough? Like, you've got Güler as well from Real Madrid, and I just don't think this Turkish side has enough, in my opinion, to get out the group unless they finish as one of the best third place. And I know some people probably think I'm wrong, and that is fine. You can let me know down in the comments, but I just don't think there's enough in the squad. I think a lot is going to be expected of your likes of Çalhanoğlu, who's getting on now. Your Arda Güler, who hasn't really broken yet to Real Madrid. Obviously, he's on the way. He's had a fairly decent season for a young lad, but he's still got a long, long way to go. So you'll have to let me know your thoughts down in the comments on this. But I do think that Turkey are going to struggle to get out of this group. I think it's going to be between them and Georgia for 3rd and 4th. Who can they get best 3rd place? Like, I'm really interested to see how this group goes. Now, that is the final group, the final preview of Euro 2024. Tomorrow, we'll have a Euro 2024 prediction video out. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned to the channel for the latest Euro 2024 content. I'm going to be keeping up with all the games. I'm going to try and post a daily review video of all the action before the action kicks off in the morning. It'll probably be a 10 a.m. upload. So make sure you do stay tuned. You turn on that notification bell to watch that video to make sure you've heard all the latest and greatest news from Euro 2024. So if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Smash that like button. Let me know who you think is going to win Euro 2024, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.